All right, well, let's get started on changing our most likely buy cases and best case buy scenarios. First of all, you should have saved the most likely rent and the most likely or the best case rent as files to use from. So let's make sure you have those open. Let's open up the most likely scenario for buying, and we'll start making our changes. The changes we're going to have to do is, first of all, you can just remove the rent, and then because of the we're now owning the building, we're going to have to add some extra maintenance of $1,000 per month to maintain the building that was all built into the rent before. We're going to have some extra utilities above and beyond the actual use of the building for our common costs. If you're in any building, there's bathrooms, there's a common area, an entry area, all these things. We're going to have to pay for that now because we own the building. Likewise, we're going to have to pay for building insurance, $2,400 a year. We'll have to figure that out, $200 a month, obviously. And property taxes of $18,000 per year, which means $1,500 a month. We'll do that. We're going to depreciate the building, and then we have to add a mortgage payment. So if we go back to our initial write-up on the project, you can see that we are buying the building for $400,000, and that we're going to finance the entire building. We're buying the property, I should say, for $400,000. Going to be able to finance 100%. We usually can't do this, but this is going to make it easier. 30-year mortgage at 6% is the interest rate. So we're going to go out to online and find a mortgage calculator to figure out our monthly payments. Add that to our equation. The building is worth $320 of the $400. Land is worth $80. Land, as you know, does not depreciate, but the building does. So we're going to depreciate the building. We're going to have to add that to our formula. $320,000 for 40 years. So those are the things that we're going to do. So let's get cracking on that. We're going to open up our file, and here we go. We'll go back to the very beginning in good old 2011. Remember when things were so simple? Now I'm going to remove the rent first, and all I'm going to do is turn that into a 0 in the first cell. And look at that, it's replicating through. Zeros all the way through 2011, through 2012, 13, 14, 2015, we have the second rent over here kicking in, so I'm going to turn this cell to 0, and now it should replicate through all the way to the end. So we're at 2016, the rent is gone. We'll leave these descriptions for now. We'll change them. We'll use those lines when we start adding some other items, okay? So we've gotten rid of the rent. The utilities I'm going to keep the same because this is basically utilities that we're using in the shop area, and so they will still continue to increase as we use more of the building. But now we need to go out and find out how to do the mortgage calculator. Let's do that first. So I'm going to go out online, and you can just go, I'm out on Google here, and I'm just going to type in mortgage. Oh, look at that, mortgage calculator popped right up. Going to pick a mortgage calculator, and we'll just pick one, see how this does. Mortgagecalculator.org. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what happens. Clicking on it. We have a value. This one's obviously got some other stuff in there. We don't need to do property taxes or anything like that, but we're going to get a $400,000 mortgage. We're going to get, the loan amount is $400,000. Just new purchase. The interest rate is at 6%. And let's see what happens here. Let's calculate 30 years for the term. Well, we don't want, here we go. Calculate, we don't want property taxes or PMI, insurance built into it. Oh, I got an extra zero. It's going to say that's a mighty high mortgage. There you go. Recalculate. It should be like $2,398. This one has everything in there. I'm going to get rid of my property taxes, zero. My insurance, zero. Recalculate. I thought maybe it'd give us a number without it. There it is. This is the number you should have. $2,398.20 per month. So we'll go back to our spreadsheet. And we're going to do the building right off the get-go. So I'm going to go here and I'm changing my rent to now say mortgage. And that is, oh, what happened here? Where did that come from? That's weird. My 4,000 suddenly showed up. Interesting. 2398.20. Well, we'll just round it off to 2398. And there is our first year. And should carry through second year, third year, still rippling through all the way over to 2016. I noticed I'm actually in my best case buy. I'm going to change over to my most likely, which is what we should be using. So I'm sorry about that. Get over there, start it again, 2398, first sell, and this should replicate all the way through to 2016, which it does. We need to change the descriptor of it all the way through. I'll let you do that. I'll do the first one here. Whoops. I'll trying to work one-handed here. Call it our mortgage. And you can change that and copy it through. But there we go. So that's the first change that we need to do after we've removed the rent. We'll go over to our depreciation tab now. Go to our depreciation tab. And we're going to add the building. So the building is going to be depreciated over 40 years. The price of the building, the value of the building that's being depreciated is $320,000 divided by 40. And so we're going to take 320, divide that by 40, divide that by 12 for our monthly depreciation, and it's $667 a month, so not too bad, huh? And so now I'm going to go back to the very beginning again, 2011, and I'm going to make a separate line, insert a separate line for that right underneath here for our depreciation for our building. And so we'll do that as a separate line to keep that straight. And go to our first column here, go back to my depreciation worksheet as my reference, grab the 667, put it in there, move over one, go back at plus the cell before, and there we go, it's replicating all the way over. And we're going to have to go through, and you're going to have to make sure you have that. Add that to every worksheet. I'll allow you to do that. We'll let you do that. And then just add spaces for all the extra utilities, the extra maintenance, the extra property taxes, etc., etc. I think the insurance is probably only etc. Sorry about that. But I'll let you guys work on that and get back to you in just a few minutes, okay? So Craig Wilson signing off. Let you get working on it.